Welcome to session 4 of your 6-week Pilates program. Today we're going to be focusing on the core. So make sure you've got enough space, have some water by your side, and we will get started. So we're going to start onto the back today with this one, and if you just hug those knees into the chest, we're just gently going to start by rocking those knees in and out, just to loosen up through that lower back. Nice gentle rocks. Keep it going. So like I say, we're going to be doing all core exercises today, so you're really going to feel it in those stomach muscles during and after the session today. And relax those feet down onto the floor. Bring the arms out to the sides. Then you're just going to allow the knees to drop across to one side. Look in the opposite direction. Hold that stretch. And across to the other side. Look in the opposite direction. Hold it there. And again, back across. And last one, back to the other side. And back in to the middle. If you lengthen through both legs, relax the arms down by the side. You're going to take a nice deep breath in through the nose. Bring those arms up above the head. Really stretch through the whole body. Reach those fingertips away. Lengthen through the legs as well. And then just float those arms back down to the floor again. So we inhale, bring those arms up above the head, and exhale, bring those arms back down again, and again. Last one. Relax there. Bending both those knees again. You're going to hug the left knee into the chest, holding the hands around the top of the knee. From here, you're going to lift the head and shoulders off the floor, so you're pulling your chest towards the knee, crunching in the core, and then you're just going to switch over, bring the other foot down and squeeze in and switch over. So allow yourself to pull on the knee to lift that chest towards the knee, so the higher you lift the head and shoulders, the more you'll feel it crunching in that core. So remember what I say, it's about how much you squeeze those muscles that you're supposed to be using, and you'll feel it a lot more. So really crunch in that core as you lift and back down again. Good, keep it going. One more on each side. Last one. Good, then from there you can stick with that one, or this time you can bring the other leg off the floor. So you bring the leg out nice and straight. Now hug yourself up towards the knee and then switch over again and again. Really lift those head and shoulders off the floor. Squeeze the core. Keep it going. Keep that breathing going as you go. Nice deep breath in through the nose and then exhale. Keep it going. One more on each side. And relax there. At any point through the session, if you need to take any pressure off, if we're onto the back, then just hug those knees into the chest and hold it there. Or if we're on our front, then just take it in to child's pose, just if you need to take a couple of seconds to then jump back in again. Okay, from here, you're now bringing the hands behind the head. So push the head into the hands, keep those elbows out. The legs are up nice and straight. We're bringing the head and shoulders off the floor, so now we're crunching in that core. As soon as those head and shoulders are off the floor, we activate the core. From there, you're just going to slide one leg down the other leg back up again, and then the same on the other side. So really crunching up through that core, slide the leg so you can push the leg in to the other leg as you come down, and back up again. Keep it going. So we inhale and then exhale as we push that leg back up. When we work through core, it's really important just to focus on those deep breaths in through the nose, out through the mouth. Don't worry too much at times with certain exercises about the timing. Just work on those breaths in through the nose, out through the mouth. Good. One more on each side. Last one. Get it down again, relax it there, just hug those knees into the chest just to take that pressure off. And relax it there. Good stuff. Okay, from there, again, let's bring those hands back behind the head. The legs are out nice and straight. You can, if you want to, if you prefer to keep the head down on the floor, you can. And if we do that to start with, you're just going to slowly bring one leg away slightly, back into the middle, and then the same on the other side. So just moving one leg at a time, out, just a small movement, and back in again. If you want to challenge that a little bit more, then lift those head and shoulders off the floor at the same time. So you've really got to squeeze in that core. Keep it going. In through the nose and out through the mouth. Keep that breathing going. Just keep squeezing in that core. One more on each side. Last one. And relax it there, take that pressure off, bring those knees in. Now for the next one, you can stick with that one that we just done, doing the single legs, or you can do both legs at the same time. So we're back into that position with the head and shoulders off, push the ankles together and just slowly lower the feet away from you, just very slightly, and back in again. So it's a small movement, extend away, and back in. Keep those head and shoulders off the floor. The higher you lift the head and shoulders off, the more you're going to feel it. Keep it going. Squeeze that core. Good. Let's go for 3 more. 3, 2, last one, and 1. Good, relax it there. Hug those knees into the chest. Gently rock those knees in and out, just to release that off. Good, we then bring in the feet down onto the floor now, so you can relax those legs with the feet flat onto the floor. Just make sure from here your knees are in line with your hips. Bringing those hands behind the head so we're supporting the neck. Push the head into the hands. Make sure you keep the elbows out, so you don't want the elbows coming into the side of the head. So keep those elbows out, and you want to think about pushing your chest up towards the ceiling and back down again. So we're doing a small crunch, push the chest up towards the ceiling and back down again. Good. Keep that breathing going. Inhale to prepare, and then exhale. Keep it going. Okay, let's go for 2 more. And last one. And relax it there. Good. If you lengthen through both legs, just bring those arms up above the head, just to release a bit of tension in the core and just to stretch out that core from all those crunches. We've got some more coming up, so just take that time. Inhale through the nose and then exhale the mouth. Just take some nice deep breaths. Stretch out through that core. One more breath. Good. And bring those arms back over down onto the floor. Bending those knees again. This time we're going to do some oblique crunches. So if we start with bringing the right hand behind the head so we can support the neck. Just make sure you're not pulling on the neck, so just use it for support. Push your head into the hands to help that support. From here we're going to crunch to the side, so we're reaching the hands towards the ankle and the heel and back in again. So we're just working one side to start with. So we crunch to the side and back into the middle. So we keep the head and shoulders off the whole time. Use that hand just to support the neck and crunch to the side. Keep it going. Two more. Last one. And switch over, so bring the left hand behind the head, bring the right arm out straight, and then we slide to the side and back in again. Crunch and back in, reaching for that heel. Keep the head and shoulders off. Keep it going. And last one. And relax it there. From there we're going to bring it on to our side now. So in the side lying position, we're bringing it up onto the elbow. Just make sure your elbow is directly underneath your shoulder, so you don't want it over here or too close to you. You want to keep it directly under the shoulder. Now we keep the knees down on the floor, and then from there you're going to lift the hips off the floor and back down again. So squeeze in the core, lift those hips off and back down again and again. Good. Two more. And relax there. We're going to go for 5 more. Now on the last 5, if you want to stick with what we've just done, or you can progress that. Obviously this part of the exercise is slightly more advanced, and obviously this is a beginner's Pilates program, so by all means stick to how we were on the knees. But if you do feel that you want to push it a little bit more, extend those legs out straight. You can bring that top leg across down onto the floor. You're then going to lift the hips off the floor from there and back down again, so the knee is coming away from the floor at the same time, and down and again. If you're staying on the knees, you've got 3 more to go. Good. And last one. And relax it there. Good stuff. From there, let's now turn it around onto the front, sit back onto the heels, reach the fingertips away, just to have a nice little stretch. Release any tension off. We will be going on to the other side in a moment. Hold it there. Good. Now before we go onto the other side, we're just going to work through an exercise in the all fours position. So in this position, remember, elbows and wrists directly under the shoulders, and our knees are in line with our hips. Squeezing that core, we're going to extend opposite arm and leg out straight, back into the middle, and then switch over onto the other side. So as you extend out with this one, just make sure that hip doesn't twist open. So you want to keep that hip fixed down towards the floor. So opposite arm and leg, squeeze the core, keep that hip fixed down, and just alternate as you go. So really squeeze that core, control that balance, keep it nice and solid through the middle. Keep it going. Keep that breathing going. Nice and slow and controlled. Two more. And last one. And relax. Good. Sit back onto those heels again. Reach the fingertips away. Take any pressure off the upper body, the shoulders and the wrists. Relax it there. And just take your time. We're going to bring it on to the other side now to work through those dips on the other side. So let's make sure elbow is directly under the shoulder. We can start on the knees. We'll go for 6 on the knees first. So we're lifting that hip off the floor and back down again. So control it up and back down. If you do need to, you can use this other hand for a bit of support, but just make sure you're not actually using it to push yourself up off the floor. Good. Then from there you can continue with 6 more there, or if you want to challenge it more, extend those legs out straight, and then from there bring it up and down. Good, squeeze that core. Good, 2 more. Last one. And relax it there. Good. From there, if you just roll it onto the back, hug those knees into the chest. Take a breather. You'll then bring in those feet down onto the floor. And from here, squeezing the core, all you're going to do is just slide one heel away from you and then slide it back in again. Okay, so just alternate the legs, slide away through the heel and back in again. As you're sliding, really think about squeezing the core, so pull the belly button into the spine, close that gap between the lower back and the floor. Keep it nice and slow and controlled. Squeezing that core. So it's a bit more of a gentle exercise, this one, but you'll be surprised at how much core engagement you really need in order for you to be able to extend that leg out straight with control and have that strength and use the muscles to pull the leg back in again. So really concentrate on that squeeze of the core, pull up through that pelvic floor. Keep it going. One more on each side. Last one. And relax there. Good. From there, you're going to bring the knees into what we call tabletop position. So make sure your knees are in line with your hips. Relax the arms down by the sides. From there, you're just going to tap one foot down to the floor, back into the middle, and then the same on the other side. Tap and back in. So really squeeze that core as you lower that leg down and back in. Keep it going. Nice and slow. Two more. Last one. And relax there. Just hug the knees into the chest to release any pressure off. I'm going to give you a little progression to that one so you can stick to how we've just done it with relaxing the head down onto the floor. If you want to feel the burn in the core a little bit more, bring the head and shoulders off the floor now so you're crunching up. Push the head into the hands, and then from there we tap and back in again. Keep it going. Good. Keep it there. If you want to bring the head back down to the floor, you can. Pull that belly button into the spine. Keep it going. 2 more. And last one. And relax it there. Hug those knees back in. Take a breather. Just relax it there. Take some nice deep breaths in through the nose and out through the mouth. And again. Last one. Okay, now we're staying in tabletop position, bringing the hands back behind the head, and then from here we're twisting elbow to knee, extend the other leg out straight, and then we switch over to the other side, elbow to knee, and then back again. So we really twist, lifting the head and shoulders off the floor. Don't worry if you can't get your elbow to your knee, that's the aim. You just want to aim in that direction, twist, and the same on the other side. So we're taking it nice and slow and controlled. Keep it going. Good, keep squeezing through the core. Nearly there. One more on each side. Last one. And relax it there. Good, lengthen through those legs and then just bring the arms up above the head. Just to stretch through the whole body. It's a nice one to do after crunching through that core, just to really stretch through the middle there. Keep those arms up above the head. Hold it there. Good. And bring those arms back down to the sides, bending those knees again. From here, you're going to lift the head and shoulders off the floor, bringing the arms to the side. You're just going to pulse those hands up and down. So nice, quick pulses. Keep the head and shoulders off the floor. With your breathing here, make sure you don't hold your breath with this one. So just take some nice slow breaths. So in through the nose and out through the mouth. And again. So you want to keep that breathing going throughout the whole time. So we're going to work through that breathing as reps. So if I say 2 more breaths, then we take 2 more deep breaths in through the nose. Last one. Good, then from there, you're now going to bring those legs into tabletop position just to increase the exercise. Continue with those pulses. Keep it going. 2 more breaths. And last little bit, you can stick in tabletop, or you can bring those feet back down, or extend those legs up straight, push the heels together and keep pulsing. So you've got feet on the floor, tabletop, or out straight now. Keep it going. Keep those breaths going. Two more breaths. Last one. And relax it there. Good stuff. You probably really felt the burn through that one. Relax those legs down. Let's just bring those arms out to the side and just gently rock the knees from one side to the other, just to relax for a moment. Release any pressure off from that lower back. from there, just push yourself onto the sides, bringing it back round onto your front. Now we're going to work through a plank now. We're going to try and aim for 30 seconds, 2 times round. So we're going to have a little break in between. So don't go just yet. So I'm going to start a timer. So you've got the option of staying on your knees, lifting those hips off. Just make sure that back's nice and flat, keeping those hips off the floor. Or you can tuck your toes under and lift the knees off, keeping that back nice and flat, just holding it there. If you need to then drop it down onto the knees, that's fine, but really try and focus on keeping those hips up. Don't allow those hips to sink to the floor. Just make sure you've also got your elbows in line with the shoulders, so elbows directly under those shoulders. I'm just going to get my timer up. So we're going to go for 30 seconds, then we stop, and then we go again for one more round. Are we ready? In 3, 2, 1, off we go. So option of staying on the knees or lifting those knees off. Hold it there. Keep that breathing going, so in through the nose, out through the mouth. Over halfway now. Keep it there. 8 seconds. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax there. Good. Lower back down. From here, just stretch out that core a little bit, so keep onto the elbows, but just push your head and chest up towards the ceiling, just to release any tension off the core. Okay, are we ready? We're going to go for one more round, and then we'll finish off with a little bit more stretching. Okay, are we ready? In 3, 2, 1, hips up. So hips and knees off, or just hips off. You can keep those knees down on the floor, whichever one is most comfortable for you. Really pull that belly button into the core. Don't let those hips sink down. Keep that breathing going. We're nearly there now. We've got 10 seconds. Keep it there. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax there. Good stuff. Well done, guys. If we stay in this position, again, let's stretch out through that core, so keep those elbows down on the mat and just push the chest up towards the ceiling, lifting the head up. So from here you can stay in this position if it's comfortable for you, or you want to increase the stretch, you can bring the hands onto the floor and then lengthen through the arms, but just make sure it's comfortable on your lower back. You're more than welcome to stay in that position. Pick what's best for you. Hold the stretch. Good. Take a deep breath in through the nose and exhale. And again. Good. And from there, let's go in to that child's pose, sitting back onto the heels. Reach those fingertips away. Take a nice deep breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. And again. Good. Last one. Good. And just slowly roll yourself back up to the seated position. Roll your shoulders back. Take a nice deep breath in, bring the shoulders up to the ears, and exhale, drop them down, and again. Good, and relax there. Good stuff, guys, well done. I hope you feel it burning through your core. Don't worry if your stomach muscles are hurting in the morning, they're likely to after having worked through a full session of working on your core. Be happy to know next week, which is our 5th session, we're going to be focusing on mobility and stretching. So it'll be a nice half an hour of just stretching and mobilising all the joints.